Hello, hello, people of the internet. It's your boy, Skinny Penis, back at it again, providing an analysis on the very interesting boat that is Cassard. Not true, not very interesting, but it's a boat, that's for sure. Arms race. Shit mode. So yeah, Cassard, newly released French DD. Guess they didn't want to redo the universally hated speed demon gameplay of the other Frenchies, so they decided to cripple that thing into the ground. After all, it came out as a pretty well balanced DD though. It's not completely useless, but it's also not top dog, that's for sure. It's basically in the middle of the pack. It beats AFK torpedo boats or torpedo spike DDs, but it suffers against actual gunboats. Though with the right approach and using your concealment and speed boost properly, you can get decent trades. And it's supposed to be like some sort of gun torpedo hybrid, with the main problem being that it doesn't have a smoke or a speed to dodge. So like, trades are very, very sketch for you. You can't go dark with a smoke, neither can you dodge that effective. You have a speed boost, you do go very fast with it, but it's still a brick. Even with speed boost, it's decently easy to hit. And the gimmick of it obviously being that it has super hard hitting torpedoes, but only if you're very close. And yeah, otherwise you just spam pretty low damage torpedoes at range. But with nice angles, both sides, specifically the backwards angles are nice. And yeah, it's kind of worth it to play it here and there. It's at least a bit challenging, let's say, to get good games. But it can get very frustrating given the amount of broken DDs we have these days. So like, Druid Khabarovsk is not something I could really fuck with in terms of a gunfight. Sadly. Actually, will I stay on the flank? Everything is leaving. That means the DD is probably going there too. I will go towards the buff. Since everyone's running it there. Deactivating my AA. Carrier spotting being very fair again and balanced. Lighting the entire enemy team off spawn. But they have an additional carrier actually. There's a lot of blacklisted fucktards in the enemy team. Most of them probably because they're shit. One of them because it's a CV cuck. Two of them because they're CV cucks. Me getting lit here is definitely not what I wanted, but hey. Nothing really I can do about. Enemy CV is coming. Definitely not what I wanted. You see. What can you do? We got a heal buff actually right in front of us. I'm not going to push in there, by the way. Just gonna wait out the... Oh, there's a druid over there. Interesting. As you can see, the speed boost, I hold it for... I hold it for dodging purposes. Not for... not for going into a flank early in the beginning. But yeah. What you do have is you have French saturation, so you're decently tanky against HE. And on top of that, you get decent DPM. We will obviously go into the spec in between games. You get decent DPM, and what's interesting to notice, you keep the French saturation, which is kind of like the only reason why it actually does decently well, this boat. Because you have 24.5k HP, which means you can actually trade really, really well into torpedo DDs that are AFK and or playing very, what does it call, like, yeah, passively and have torp spec, so no DPM. So this is something you can really easily fuck with. But apart from that, obviously, hard one to make a great use of in terms of crazy gun farming. But yeah, I was very surprised. It does definitely play better in randoms than I expected. As I said, like, the DD players are just that shit, and you do have decent DPM, decent guns. Specifically, the arcs are better than Marceau. It has flatter arcs. It's like the Colbert guns basically. So you have an easier time trading at mid-ish ranges. You're obviously kite focused with the PEDs and everything. And yeah, French saturation versus torpedo spec DDs, you basically don't die to them. Problem, obviously, you don't have a heal, so you're still going to eat damage that you can't recuperate, lose HP that you can't get back. So, well, we have an arms race game now, so as any arms race game, it's very good, and it's very good for gun DDs that don't have a heal. It's actually very favored for gun DDs that don't have a heal, because, for example, Frenchies shouldn't have access to it. As you can see, though, the speed boost is down. My ship goes 0 knots. I'm playing into 2 mollies and a druid. They all have smoke. I don't. So, like, any sort of engagement could be my potential downfall over here. I do have a double heal, though, which is quite nice. Problem just is these people could actually just one-shot me out of the game. So yeah, the concealment is something. Yeah, it's like the concealment, the saturation, the speed boost, and decent guns. You do cuck like a bunch of DDs that are very common, like Gearings, Shemakazis, specifically Harlans, other Torp DDs, because you just out DPM them or outlive them. So nice trades are possible. Apart from that, though, as I said, like in the beginning, the gun DDs are the problem. So like this Druid, for example, is a fucking disaster for me. That's just the way it is. I'm gonna go middle, I think, and collect some buffs. No real reason for me to stay around here and play against the smoke fuckers. Also, like, I don't have teammates, I don't have backup here. Slava is camping in spawn. Well, I mean, I could actually just speed boost over. You do have them faster of cooldown, and that's a 30% speed boost. That's actually a specific speed boost. I don't think the normal French one is 20, this one is 30. Like, you go randomly 46 knots, which is still slower, nearly 10 knots slower than normal French DDs, by the way. To be advised that it's not really like the Omega Speed Demon. Would have enjoyed them giving it way more speed. Could be a very nice spotter. Spot torpedo boat. Could have even nerfed the guns a bit further for that. But yeah, it's okay. You can play it. The other line ships are quite bad, though. Gotta admit that. The other line ships are, well, what can you say? More like a, what's it called? More like a useless version of a Cassard, an even more useless version. Like, they don't boast any sort of guns, really. At least from my feeling. And they also do have even shittier torps. I think the tier 9 gets only 3 sets. This one here gets obviously 4. Tier 8 is kind of, I mean, the tier 8 still has the thing that it's a tier 8 DD with French saturation, but the gun arcs are extremely shit on that one. So, gotta be careful there. Is he going to collect the buff here, that man? I think so, right? I'm just gonna collect it. Burn out. The more buffs we have, the better. And then I'm gonna maybe go back to the reload buffs. I'm gonna turn out the remainder of my speed boost. SRDB long range torps. Just saturating the area and probably just gonna go over to the other side after I finish. Or maybe I could go for some fires here. How's he gonna? No. I have the double heal, so I kind of want to shoot actually, because I mean I just recuperate most of this HP anyways. There's no real downside for me shooting here. So why not gunboat a bit open water, you know? But not really getting any sort of fires though, so kinda awkward. Not gonna get a torpedo hit either. Oh, there's a fire. I have to probably play for the torps on the smolly smoke now. And or I go back and get myself some torp angles on the what's it called? Napoli and stuff, because they don't have hydro. And I also have to stop the Napoli somehow. I would enjoy my battleships actually doing something against this, but I don't think they will, so a bit sad. We get a triple heal here soon, but I'm like the only thing that sits in the middle and actually contests. Oh, that's pretty shit. We have one reload buff. I would like more reload buff than damage buff. I think my torpedoes are omega nuclear now. 29k alpha. That's a bit crazy. Not gonna lie. There's nothing really I can torp at the moment. Someone needs to do something against this Smolly, and for some reason my team decides to not think, so I think... I mean, if I hit 2 torps, he's basically dead. That would be great. But like, it would be cool if my fucking battleships would actually punish a flat broadside ship in the middle of the cap turning circles. I know, sounds awkward, but would be kind of cool, you know? I'm RPF'd by, I guess, the Druid. I'm not 100% sure on that, but there's a second Smolly coming in soon from that flank, so... Well... I mean, I just have to pray, I guess, that I hit some torpedoes on Druid or Smolly. Oh, okay, we're lit. Oh, that's really fucking shit. Wait, that's the submarine for sure? Where's the sub? They have a million hydros in the middle of the map. Ah, there's the sub, okay. Sure. Guess I have to dodge that. Nice, I'm being pushed out of the middle. My teammates are definitely not trying to do anything of value here. Still have the heals, 2 of them. Maybe I should go for the triple heal. Okay, the torps are not homing on me. We still have the carrier, which is nice, but... Well, yeah, we need something to go in the middle, guys. And because of the sub, it can't really be me. Do I dive the island? Maybe. As you can see, just locked out by double Smolly. My BBs won't do anything, so... I have to go back in. Block it. Midway is eating fighter planes and shit, so... Okay, so I will die now. Yep, the submarine is lighting. Mollies will shoot. Oh, wait, submarine is forced underwater, but he still has a lot of HP, so... I would assume... Maybe the Smollies are or maybe the Smollies are baited into peeking. Maybe. Yeah, that's a problem, obviously, because this guy just shreds me with AP. And they already have the cap, so I kind of have to stick around here. That's my problem. And now I don't have a smoke, right? So in another DD I could just smoke now. In this one I can't. I'm on fire now. There's 2 Smollies behind me. Okay, I death struck one of them. That's good. But I somehow have to still get back into that cap. And I'm not really healthy anymore after this engagement, that's for sure. Actually, death struck a Smolly with 1 torpedo. Is that true? Is that real life? Or was it corpse on the same guy? The Druid should die here. Napoli can block the cap. The submarine died, so like, as long as the carrier doesn't go for me in terms of spotting here, I should be able to sit in cap. We have triple heal, so I'm recuperating like 30 HP per sec or something. More, around 30. But yeah, definitely gotta get into that fucking cap in a second. And then we can't leave him anymore, so like if my Napoli dies, we have a problem. Well, I don't think I should be here. I don't think I should. Because of the EV. If I die, that's points for them. Napoli is in the cap, so... druid? Oh wait, the Wisconsin died. The druid is still alive. Try and reverse for this. Buff gives us points. We still have to get that molly out of the cap. Yeah, got some points back. Like some points in case we need it. Gonna spam warps into that. Have to go dark and run away. The Smolly may come out front. Fuck me over completely. Look at the HP I'm gaining back though. That's crazy. That's really nice. Would be cool if this fucktard would stop pumping me with his dumb planes though. That'd be great. Okay. Napoli understands the job of being in the cap. That's great. So we can just still play for the win. I think should be fine. Obviously, gonna be a bit of a annoyance with the. So like this Napoli will push out there. So like maybe I'll torp this again and keep a spotting angle without killing myself. I think our Napoli should be able to get this Molly out with me together. I want HP back so I can then maybe fuck with the Druid, because the Druid is also gonna come back. Napoli's turning out like that. Okay, okay. The problem is that the Napoli obviously has the CV to also worry about, so he's not like. No. Okay, the guy actually left the cap. I want that reload buff is the question. I don't know. Do I? There may be a druid coming soon. But I don't think our Napoli made a great play here. I think our Napoli basically just inted. I have to just sit in the cap now for the rest of the game. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. Nothing I can really do. Keep my last speed boost. My Petro just died. I don't have anything in terms of torpedoes against the... Oh, the druid. Okay. Hello there. Come on, shoot. No, it doesn't work. I wonder how this guy is lit. It's interesting. Am I gonna use this? Oh. They also have 50 buffs, so it's gonna be like... Crazy how he pens me even though I'm angled. Interesting. Love it. The CV wouldn't spot me, I could actually do some stuff here. It has to kill, by the way, it has to. And it didn't. It did, it did, okay. Big, big. We're still in the game somehow. This is incredible, but it's only like a minute left, so nothing really I can do. Unfortunate. I mean, I can pull a funny reverse on the Yoshino, but the Slava is just full HP, so 20 seconds on the Pete's. I mean, oh well. We never got the cap back, so there's that. Wonder how much damage I took this game. Quite the fascinating one. Basically, one of 4 torpedo hits. Over. Really, I could do. Unfortunate. Well, we tried. Oh man, I didn't get my Dreadnought now, because I definitely would have gotten Dreadnought. I healed back like 12, 13k middle of the game. Well, I mean, 187k, I guess it's a good game for me. Collected some buffs. I have 2.1k in a loss. Got some plane kills too. Obviously, mainly lost because of teammates being brain damaged. Yeah, okay, like, don't really win the game with poisons like that, do you? Especially if it's only a 3 BB game. I want to know if I hit only 1 torp on one of those smallies. Nah, it must have been 2. Yeah, that's 2 torps. That's the one I also shot a bit. Yeah, 2 torps. Okay, so like it wasn't 1 torp, but like still decently far away, and it's like 2 torps kill. I mean, I had double damage buff and things. I took 53,000 damage. That's more than double what I had as base HP. So like the heals coming in mega clutch there for me. Still wasn't enough to win because they could just take the cap. I mean, I was definitely forced out with 2 smallies, a druid and a carrier going in there. It's just a disaster. Also, everything that was heavy on my team just ran away from my flank that I spawned on. Oh, Nilo is writing a message. So let's go into the spec. So as I said, I like to run it in a some sort of hybrid way. But like what you definitely have to take is like reload mod and fearless brawl. That's really needed, necessary, because the purpose of the boat is to use 6.1 cam concealment with range saturation and decent DPM that you buff through fearless brawl and reload mod. Then be able to fuck with DDs, or basically torp DDs specifically, but also like gun DDs if you have a good engagement, which you should, which shouldn't be that hard against some gun DDs because you have 6-1 conceal, which is better than like French DDs, Russian DDs, Gdansk or Ragnar. And then, I mean, those 4 skill points you could invest into RPF if you really want to. I like to take a bit of torpedo reload at least, so I can torp a bit more. Also, like 1 point skill, I mean, go for a speed boost reload as well, but I like a bit more flooding chance because that's kind of like also some strength of this boat. You can hit some torps and then you can farm a bunch of permafires into it. Something like a Marceau or a Kleb can also hit torps like that, but not as often or not as much because the reload is either long on Marceau or the ranges are limited on Kleb and Marceau. Whereas you have 13.5. So like even if your torps don't deal damage at range anymore, you can still set a you can still get a flood, and basically every BB insta DCP is a flood. Module wise, it's the same as always, nothing special, and you definitely should get a speed boost mod because without you're kind of fucked. The speed boost is the only thing that makes you kind of maneuverable. Otherwise, you're like one of the slowest DDs ever. Let's go another game. Maybe a bit more interesting. Or not interesting, more common, more normal game. Being on a submarine flank is kind of meh. He spots my torps and outspots me by a lot. That's oh, it's a 2501. It has like 5.6 conceal or 5.8. Still outspots me though, but at least it's not a U4501. It has 5.8 conceal. The U4501 has 5.6, I think. So it's only 300 meters, but still could be annoying. We're gonna go into the flank, basically play an AFK torpedo spot game in the beginning. Maybe not even gonna go into the A cap. Just gonna bypass it. No carrier for once, which is really good. I mean, that's something last game that was very, very apparent. The CVs are just a disaster for the ship because you don't have smokes. Neither do you have the speed if the speed boost is down. And, yeah. Can't really do much, right? Other DDs could at least run away faster and or smoke. You can't. I personally could even see dropping torpedo reload for range. AFT makes a lot of sense too. Like instead of running 10% torp reload, you would go for AFT because the gun arcs are better than Marcus. Therefore, if you go to 14 cam range, you can get value out of that. Or 15 cam range, you can actually get value. You hit people. You would be spotted further out though, like very far out. And I mean, if you want the gun experience, you can just play Mars or Clap basically. I don't really see the point of not going a bit more for the Torps because they are quite strong. Obviously, what helps me here is that there's only one BB with Hydro. You don't really want. You only have 6 Torps in one set, so I don't really want to see Hydro BBs in the game. Okay. Riga radar. I'll open up a bit because I. Oh, okay. Gonna eat 2 torpedoes or 1. Pretty shit, but what can you do? Gonna torp flood the corner there. Maybe I shouldn't have opened up. Also like torp flooded. Go dark. Dodge. Go for spotting. The Jaeger wants to play the cap with the sub, sure, so be it. I'll just go and spot from the flank. And give my team the reforming of Doom. That's about it. That's a Mayar here, definitely. Unnecessary torp, but like a Jaeger has a lot, so he spams them out. Ah, okay, so surely my BBs will use their incredible ASWs to fuck with that. And or the Riga. You're okay at this gameplay, like being in a flank and spotting. I mean, for now, there's not much use in me doing anything else, that's for sure. Oh, you got a torpid. Obviously, this one is a Los Andes, and he's covered by an, what is it called? He's covered by a encounter in the smoke now too, but normally I could open up on some sort of gun BB. I could maybe open up. If I wouldn't have eaten the torp, I would do that. Otherwise not. I'm just gonna spot, and I mean, I would assume he goes for a gamer turn quite soon here. In these scenarios where they push into you, this boat becomes quite interesting because you do have an insane amount of... oh, yeah, he's turning out, right? Oh. You have quite the insane amount of... torpedo alpha, so you can kind of grief the living shit out of them. I don't think he understands that I'm in this corner. But if he lights me, I have a problem. This is a very awkward position I brought myself into. I hope my torpedoes hit before he lights me. Coming closer. I mean, I don't need to hit a lot of Peds here. Ooh. Look at the damage. Ah, thank you. Okay, he went dark before he got another fat secondary volley and or anything out, and the others weren't really ready to shoot me. But yeah, as you can see, a bit of a sketch moment here. If I had a smoke, not an issue. I don't have a smoke, so it's kind of fucky. Not a big fan of that, but yeah, nuclear torpedoes at least. Was that like 30 something K, 35K from 2 torps, pretty good. It was definitely within the... I think they may have already had slight damage fall off, but it was like 24K alpha basically. I'm going to keep my spotting game on. Jaeger inted, so we're a bit free to do whatever we want. I'm going to pop speed. Then fuck it. Maybe I'll go over to the cap. Would have a very demented spotting slash torpedo angle, and my team would kill these people for free, I would assume. I'm gonna go closer, 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 and then send some torpedoes. I think it's worth it to get closer here to maybe get more damage out of it. Have Thunderer and Conqueror in my torpedo corridor, whatever you want to call it. Okay, chug them out. I'm just gonna sit here and AFK spot them. I mean, I have, what is that? Mecklenburg, Yamato, Eason, Devastation, all just fapping on them. That's pretty good, in my opinion. Oh, that's also like a torpedo hit, I believe. They will have very little damage fall off again. 17 and 17, yep. Really good damage. And I think the second set should connect too as well. Yeah, he could be dead here. He could be dead. Nose is unsaturated. 15 and 17 again. Yeah, like the damage output is quite insane. Oh, I got another torpedo hit over there. Also another flood. Yeah, as you can see, definitely. I have some speed boost left, so I'm just gonna try to get a permafire here. Get him off my screen so I can go deeper into the Satsuma Conqueror after instant. Be kinda cool. Okay, the fire, I'm just gonna start shooting already. I wanna get shot at by more. Okay. Yes, okays me, whatever. Not really a lot of spotting damage. My team seems to be rather obnoxiously vegan. Immediately turning it back. This time I can probably run it into the cap and get it too. But yeah, good position. Thankfully the Jaeger decided to be a cap reject and also die for free in there, which is dented. But hey, what can I do? It's his decision. And I get the flank for free. Then the Los Andes runs it down, and afterwards I can just spot and torp for free. It's very nice situation. I will keep my torps again. I don't want to use them yet. The damage fall off is something you have to keep in mind. And I have long reload, so... I wonder where this guy will turn. Oh, nowhere, I think, for now. I send that set, and then I'll turn away and get my other side out. I think I could open water over here. The devastation, the Conqueror is actually diving on the island and go. Okay. Maybe I get a cheeky little permafire here. Game is kind of about to be done anyway. Permafire is kind of cool. Ah yeah, something I should maybe think about, because I haven't kept yet really. The Cassard obviously offers you to run the Aubonnieu, and Aubonnieu allows you to then have 1% fire chance for each cap, but compared to Marceau or a Kleber, you actually have 6-1 conceal. You choose to play with conceal. Therefore, you get a lot of caps actually. Not that unlikely you get caps. Some damage here. ADT cap. ADT cap. Oh. What is this? I mean, questionable submarine resurfacing right next to me. Didn't get my 1% fire chance now, sadly. Fucking brick though. I have a hard time dodging anything here, to be brutally honest with you. Can't even get a single fucking fire on that guy, Jesus Christ. Okay, another questionable surfacing from the ooh. Getting a bit weirded out by that man, but hey. Guess it's all a plan. Oh, I think I gave up on. Guess healing. Not that much heal potential though. 200,000 damage, pretty good game, mainly courtesy of 8 torpedo hits because I get a flank to torpin free. Also like the Thunderer just ate most of them. Yeah. This is when torpedo boats can actually work. Enemy team is just a bit dead. Yeah, see, like, if I had AFT now, I could easily hit him. The arcs are definitely better than Marceau, so that's great. One turret is also 360, but whatever. Yeah, people ask if it's worth it to play. I mean, if you know what you're doing on a DD, most DDs you can get 70% win rate with solo. This one here is quite easy to get 75 or something. Because it does have guns, it does have torps, you will do a lot. It's not gonna reach the impact levels of some sort of turbo gunboat like Smala and Marcus Sherman, but it's quite close in the sense that it's fucking the correct DDs. Like, it's always like you just need to be able to kill the right destroyers, which would be Jaeger Shema, for example, here. Cassard versus Cassard, he's probably torpedo specs, so therefore I would be able to out DPM him. Most of them run Torp Reload mod and no Fearless Broad, so I had 22% more DPM. Also they play like torpedo boat players, so they don't shoot a lot, but the Jaeger and the Shimmer I could run down. There's also a strength with the speed boost. You suddenly go fast enough that you can cross the concealment gap to a Shimmer or a Jaeger. You would be able to push into their face and forcefully gun them down, and the arcs on your guns also help because you basically hit for free at 5 kilometers. So yeah, interesting game. Would have wished that the Conqueror and the Satsuma definitely push into me instead of going in front of my team again. If they would have pushed into me, I could have maybe even gotten a 300k if I hit some nice torpedoes. But yeah, in general, spotting damage was kind of meh. My team was quite vegan. 80k only, even though I kept them lit from the flank. Could also be that it's a bit bugged because the battleships shot our battleships, so then maybe our battleships got the spotting damage. That's something that just happens. 47k from 3 torpedoes. No, actually like 43 from 3 torpedoes. That's pretty good. Same on the Thunderer. 4 torpedoes for 66.9k. A Thunderer is not known for having a great torpedo belt, but like that's a great amount of damage from torp. So like if you can be close, see, this kind of where it comes in that the ship is a bit flawed because you're supposed to be close, but you don't have any sort of speed, maneuverability, or smoke to disengage close or stay close. So like you really need the enemy destroyer to be AFK or dead to then be close, and also and not be spotted. And also radars are obviously something that cucks you out pretty bad. You're not a ship that likes to go in and out of radars because you don't have the speed to do it. So yeah. What a weird strength of it, the Cassard, is though that because you have 4 triple launchers per side, if a ship is perfectly nose in on an island, you're one of the most likely, or you're one of the DDs that is most likely to hit a few torps, because you can basically saturate the area with 4 sets, so there's 4 chances of hitting a torp on the nose, whereas something like a gearing, for example, has 2 sets, so there's 2 chances to hit a torp on the nose. But it comes in handy very rarely. But yeah, sometimes you can ensure a torpedo hit on a nose-in target way easier than any other DD if it's needed. But yeah, that's it for Cassard. I personally would free XP the line. Like Cerberus line is kind of okay to grind, but it's very boring. I guess this line here the line itself is bad. The grind isn't that easy, but it's still a DD, so you're still gonna get a lot of value out of all of the ships in the line because you can just spot, you can torp. and you can take fights against like lower tier DDs or torpedo DDs. Like, it should be fine. Not something I would immediately go for. There's like a bunch of probably like 10 to 15 DDs I would definitely get beforehand. It's supposed to be some sort of like daring-esque ship where it has guns and torps. Problem is daring is just 10 times better. It has like the hydro, it has the smoke, it has better DPM, it has similarly good torps, let's say. And main reason is the concealment is the same and the speed is the same of both ships. Like, you have a speed boost, okay, sure, you go sometimes fast, but the base speed is basically a it's daring. So like, it's supposed to be kind of like a daring, but it doesn't really work with this type of ship and hull. Like, no smoke, no heal, no nothing. Yeah, well, I don't know. It's a bit awkward. Definitely well balanced though. A bit on the weaker side. Like, I would have probably given it better gun reload. Like maybe 0.2 better, something like that. So it could actually fight really well. But yeah, that's it for Cassard. Next up, new ship as well. And I'll see you in the next video.